So you guys been asking where the big green truck is, my Ford F-250 HD with the 7.3 liter diesel. Been at the shop for a while. I still like the truck. I'm not planning on getting rid of it, but there's something wrong with it and the mechanic wasn't able to figure it out. And it's been a while. He changed a ton of components on it. Well, we're getting it towed back to the shop and I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with it next. I don't know if I'm gonna send it up north to get fixed or I'm gonna hire somebody to come down here. We've had failures in our businesses over the years. Sometimes people are really gracious about it and sometimes they're not. But we didn't beat this guy up. We said, hey, give us a bill. We'll get you taken care of. We'll pay you. Let's just get the truck back because he says, Matt, I don't know what's wrong with it. The other problem is it's kind of intermittent problem, so that doesn't help anything. We're supposed to be getting towed back over today. We will figure out a plan of attack from there. I feel bad for the guy because he's been our mechanic for the last, like, I don't know, 12 plus years. He's always taken pretty good care of us. And well, in this case, he wasn't able to get it. It does happen. It happens to us every once in a while. It bothers you when it does.
Our mechanic gave us his word and he said we would have it on Friday and it didn't come. Mind you, this has been going on since November. Tuesday morning, I went in there. He promised we'd get it. We didn't get it. Wednesday morning, I went in there. And each time that we've encountered him, we have been very nice, very quiet, not getting loud, not getting upset with him. We know that this kind of thing can happen just with our own business. When I went to go see him again today, I've been begging him for a bill. He doesn't even want to give us a bill. And I'm like, Steve, you need to get paid for your time and all the parts that you've put on our truck. What would you guys do? Do you think if you can't fix something that you shouldn't be paid? We don't think like that. We think we should be paid because we still put our time and our effort, and you can't always be expected to be able to fix everything. We do our best.
Let's go continue on with this 1,000-hour service on these D13 Volvos. We'll be doing valve lash checks this morning. We'll show you what that's all about. Start by taking out 20 valve cover bolts. AJ's taking off the belt covers so we can roll the engine over to get our timing marks lined up. We're going to start with this port engine. This is blow-by, nothing to worry about. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put your thing over here. You done with that?
Yeah.
We got to flip this over this way or your way fast.
Okay.
All right. Got to watch out for that right there. Okay. The hose clamp's down, so it shouldn't be in the way. And then I just got to watch this little guy right here. Pick it up first. Okay. Maybe get your side out. Can you get yours out?
No, we might need to disconnect this hose.
All right, hang on. Let's try this. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up the back. How's that?
Keep going. You need to pull it towards you.
Hang on. Okay, set it down. We're going to have to take that out.
So
This came off. We had to take that off.
Yep.
You got to rotate that and then get this out of the way. Now we should be able to get this out. You ready? How are we looking?
Still getting caught up in that hose.
Okay. Fast. Flip it. Flip it. Okay. There we go. All right. Hang on. Reg. Wipe up that lip.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to take this and put it right back here. Wipe up any drips you got there. You see this little spot of RTV right here?
Yeah.
See that little spot right there?
Yeah.
When we get done, we got to scrape that off and we're going to put new RTV on there because otherwise it'll leak. Okay, so on here, you can see there's a timing mark and it says number 3. And you see these 2 lines right here? That mark has to be in between those 2 lines. And then we go, because it says 3, we go to 1, 2, cylinder 3. And now we have to check that clearance is for the inlet valve. Let's see, where's the exhaust? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to try it because then we'll know, because the clearance for the exhaust valve is only 0.003 of an inch. So the inlet is a lot bigger. It'll be one or the other.
Oh, okay. And that's
So
up here that we're checking?
Yep.
I think that's, or is it here?
I thought it was on the spring.
On the actual spring itself?
Okay. Try it now. Well, hold it. No, go underneath. Go right in there. See that gap right there? Right? That's where it should go, I think. No? This one's super tight. This has got to be inlet because the inlet is smaller. All right, so it's not going in, right? 0.2 millimeter. So this is not right. We're missing a decimal. So we need a lot smaller than this, 0.2 millimeter. So that should be this. Only this is 6. There's 5. 0.2. No, this is 0.005. That's not right, right?
Because of that orientation like this, out of the 2 sets, the ones that are forward are the intake.
So we're looking at it like this?
Yep.
Yep. And this little tang is this right here. And that's the exhaust manifold right there, right? Or intake and exhaust. No, this is intake on this side, right? So that's exhaust, right? Because it hooks up to that right there. Yeah, inlet is right in. So this is intake. That's exhaust. So that would be right. So yes, it should be the dark ones are the forward valve.
Yep.
Inlet valves marked with thicker lines. So the forward valve should be inlet.
Yep.
Okay.
Family Volvo likes them thick, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Ah, jeez. Doesn't go in? So that's 762, and that doesn't go in. It's probably 0.762, right? Same. Because they all come with this like same sizes. That's 0.60. We need 0.8. So we need to loosen that one and make it fit.
That's supposed to turn or that
No,
nut?
that nut. You got to hold this way.
It's
He's
the
gonna.
locking one, right?
Yep.
It doesn't go like a weird reverse thread or some shit like that, does it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, now AJ, when you loosen these, you got to hold that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to lose your adjustment.
That, right?
Yep. Put it. No, that's good. Now AJ, slide that in there. You slide in.
No.
Back it off some more. Okay, now Chris, snug that down. Yep, snug. All right, leave that right there. Chris, tighten it down just a hair
Good?
with the Allen wrench. Yep, that's good. It's tight. Yep.
Good?
Yep. Ooh, it's too tight.
Tight.
Yep. Loosen it back up. A little more. Yeah, that's good right there. All right, so that one's good. And then now we got to get set up to roll the engine over to whatever number pops up next.
Before we do that, I know on some, like the MTUs and whatnot, you're supposed to disconnect something from the cable to prevent an accidental start. You know if there's anything with this?
Batteries are off. Don't do anything because I need to look up the injectors. I didn't know we had to do the injectors. Can you roll it right now? Careful, Chris.
I know.
Don't bust a knuckle.
Oh,
So now we should be able to
no,
loosen.
because I haven't.
Oh yeah, you got to loosen it up, right? Okay, so this is how we adjust the injectors. So we did the intake valve is good, the exhaust valve is good. We did have to adjust this one, we didn't have to adjust this one, and now we're doing, you loosen it up, you roll that roller, then you snug it down until you can't roll it anymore. Still moving?
Nope.
No? Let me see. Yeah, it's snug.
Okay.
Now,
So
we
we're gonna
go
No. Okay. So we're going to go from here to there.
all the way around, 3/4 of a turn. Okay, now, and when we're done, I'll give you guys the torques. We'll go through and torque all these.
I thought you said torch.
So that's done. Chris, don't hurt yourself again. Those are pretty tight. All right, back it off till the roller rolls, right? And snug it down till it doesn't, and then 3/4 of a turn. Or if you want to be technical, 240 degrees. And yes, that's out of the Volvo spec manual before anybody says something funny. So we are heading back to the Maritimo to hopefully we can wrap up this job, at least get all the adjustments done, start putting it back together. This is Maritimo S55, first haul number 1. I was down there doing some looking at the work that we have to do, and I noticed something, and I called Maritimo. They want more information and more photos so they can send it to Australia, that's where Maritimo is, and get their thoughts from the engineers. Whew, watch out, the first step's a doozy. All right, so let's go down here. Thing we're gonna do is put this here so it can soak up some of the, took the oil filters off. But if you look down there, you see that black streaking coming off this fuel access plate? That's a fuel tank right there. And they're concerned about that. So that's what I'm here to take some more photos and send it to you. Because if you look at this side, there's nothing. It's clean. So this is the port tank, and I don't know if you can see that stuff, but there's some seepage there, and it's wet. So I suspect that these tanks are probably seeping a little bit, which that is no bueno, people. Let's see here. Let's go upstairs. They want the fuel load next. We'll put that guy right there, just so people can wipe their shoes on there. I will take my shoes off when I go inside. Ooh, air conditioning, man, it's hot today. Holy smokes. Can't believe how hot it is. Oh boy. Let's see if we're there. Maybe this'll. Nope. Home. Where am I going to find fuel? Oh, geez. Guess I'm going to have to go down and turn the main breakers on for the ignition and get it off the Volvo panel, I guess. Let's see here. Okay, so upon further inspection, you guys saw what I found. I found that all 3 tank plates seem to be leaking. And I just called the guy from Maritimo, the customer service manager, and he's like, oh man, I hope I don't have to come down there and replace all those. I guess they're a real handful. So he's going to, like I said, submit everything to Australia, see what their recommendations are, but they're definitely leaking. So that's not good.
Can they move the boat?
Yeah. Mike?
It's at least not behind the wheel. Oh, it's
Something like that, buddy. How are you doing?
all right, good.
So now I am off to FedEx to drop off a steering cylinder that needs to get rebuilt. Man, what a day it's been, running around like a Key West chicken with my head cut off. All right, taking this over to the machine shop. These boat holes are all blown out. They're going to see if we can get those threads cleaned up, or if he's going to have to put Healy coils in there, which is a threaded insert, and maybe some new size bolts. Otherwise, we've got to buy a whole new lower unit for the guy, and he's not going to want to do that. So we'll see if we can fix it. So let's go see Steve.
Key West Welding, here we come.
Yep. We're going to hopefully he can fix that up, and we'll see what happens. If we can't, then we might be buying a new lower unit, which I would guess would be $3,000 or $4,000. May not be worth it. May tell them just buy a whole new engine.
How old is it, do you know?
Now the numbers are all painted over, and it's somebody in the past has done some sketchy work to it. That's why what we're having to do right now, the threads are all screwed up, and somebody tried to force it or do something and it didn't work. We're trying to fix it the right way. If we can't, then he'll have some decisions to make.
All right, off to Ocean's Edge now.
And unfortunately, we are down a man. Chris cut his hand, it's pretty deep, so he is going to run over to urgent care. Probably, it's gonna be good times. Probably end up getting a shot down in the cut, and then they'll probably irrigate it because we're working on a greasy, oily engine. So that's not gonna feel very good, and he thinks they might have to give him some stitches, but we'll see. So he says he's hoping to be back to work today. I hope so. All right, all the valve lash adjustments on both engines is done, right, AJ? Good to go. And we just have to put a little bead of RTV right there and right there. Then we're gonna put the valve covers back on, and we're gonna start tightening bolts down. Those are really easy, no torque. You just spring-loaded bolts, you just tighten them until they stop. So we got the injectors are all done. The intake valve and the exhaust valves are all done. We'll finish this up, we'll clean up a little bit. Then we have to put the oil filters back on both engines. We have to change the air filter, and we have to do the fuel filter, then bleed everything and prime it, and clean up the engine room, and then run it, and we should be done. Oh, and add engine oil, of course. All right, let's get started. All right, well, I'm here to tell you that 1,000 hour, there were some extra things we had to do because they were also coming up on the 500 hour. So the 500 hour came in conjunction due with all the 1,000 hour requirements. It's a lot, but we got it on a downhill run. We got the valves and injectors all adjusted today. Got the valve covers put back on. Got the belts put on. Got the water pumps started. The zincs are all changed out. Tomorrow morning we'll finish up. We'll fill them with oil, change the fuel filters, bleed the fuel system, finish the water pumps, and then we will run them, top off all the fluids and check everything, and then clean up and put the covers back on. Probably 2 guys half a day in the morning, and then probably another guy the rest of the day to clean up in the engine room. Yep, a lot of man hours, but I am bent and wore out. So I'm wrapping it up for the day. I'm gonna go hit the pool and chillax for a while. Of course, I got a lot of notes and stuff going on in my head that I have to take care of, but I'll do that. I take my iPad, go to the pool, bring some tunes, grab a beverage of choice. What's your beverage of choice? I know what I'm thinking about right now. Who can guess what I'm thinking about right now? Here's the old hoopty truck, and I'll see you guys on the other side.